Kayla Nicole is gonna hate the day she decided to speak Teyana Taylor's name in public. 30 seconds ago, the internet was propping Kayla up as the next it girl, and now she's like the Ice Spice of influencers. When Teyana goes off on someone in public, you know it's over for them. Now she's warning Kayla Nicole not to speak or even breathe her name after Kayla announced to the world that she slept with Iman. After Travis Kelce dumped Kayla and stepped out with Taylor Swift and had all the Swifties dying over their PR relationship, a lot of people rallied around Kayla and propped her up. Gotta give Kayla this one before I go in on her. Now, the way the Swifties came for her, you would think that she was the only woman that Travis ever dated in his life, and that he hadn't been making his rounds around black girls before Tay-Tay popped into the picture. Luckily, people actually supported Kayla, because having to deal with an army of keyboard fighters must have been exhausting. But now, Kayla just proved that she has a lot of mean girl energy, and it is messy AF. So let me set this up for you. Kayla went on this podcast called Unapologetically Angel, hosted by Angel Reese. On the podcast, Angel asked Kayla the craziest thing she's ever done in a relationship. Now, baby, Kayla could have kept it real cute and classy and just said something simple or made something up. Or she could have said something about her relationship with Travis and no one would have blinked an eye. They would have kept it pushing. Instead, your girl chose to open up the floodgates of hell on herself and be messy as possible, talking about another relationship she had way before she got with Travis Kelce. And initially, we thought she was talking about her experience. But no. Listen, Kayla's not naive. I mean, the girl has been on this social media game a lot longer than most of y'all, and she knows what she was about to say was gonna get the blogs going. But she wanted all the smoke. She said it anyway, and it came off absolutely petty.
Relationship?
This is we weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite crazy Kayla stories, because I don't have that many. But I'm a Scorpio, and I have that crazy in me, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's back there. So, I was dating a guy.
Okay.
I was dating a guy, and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer/actress who was famous at the time. Dumped me for her. Lied about it for months, then popped out with her. It became like this public thing, and it was like, oh my God, we love them. Another like celebrity iconic relationship. And of course, little old me, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. I had just moved to New York to like be with this person and move in with them. It was a whole thing.
It's not who y'all think.
Yeah, you guys will not be able to figure this out. Or maybe they will, who cares, it doesn't matter. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on. And for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her. I dressed up as that lady from Halloween. And not only
Are the pictures out?
They're there somewhere. They're on the internet. And it went viral.
Clock that.
It went viral. It was everywhere. Like,
Really?
And that was before like I was even anything on Instagram, which is why it was even funnier, because everybody's like, oh my God, you look so good.
Did he say something?
Yeah, you called me crazy. Like, you're not.
She said no one would be able to guess who she was talking about. But child, the moment she said she dressed as the man's girlfriend for Halloween, it was over for her. The internet had to do what the internet always does and starts digging and focused on the picture she took around 10 years ago. And as soon as the picture came out of the archives, you didn't need anyone to tell you who Kayla was imitating.
I'm sorry, but if my man's old girlfriend went through the trouble of dressing like me for Halloween, the smile that would be produced on my face, you would cast me for Joker 3. I'd be smiling for days. For days. I'm a Scorpio sun, also a Leo moon. The smile, oh my God, like you just made my year.
I'm guessing she took it to show Iman Shumpert that she could look as good as Teyana, because you know Teyana's body is T. But honey, if a serial cheater wants to cheat, even if your body is carved out of stone by Michelangelo, that is still not gonna stop him. Now, Iman and Kayla never officially stepped out together. And truth is, if they did, Kayla would have been stepping out as the side piece. Iman and Teyana had been publicly dating since 2013. And it seems that was around the time that she dated Iman and got dumped. Iman and Teyana had been dating for at least 3 years by the time Kayla took that picture in 2016, which means she got dumped as a side piece. Maybe Miss Girl didn't know, but him breaking up with her was really a blessing in disguise, because that man is nothing but a dusty. Since it started making its rounds on the net, Teyana actually responded. She posted a picture on her story with a lot of emojis, maybe pointing out how silly the whole thing is. Then she followed it up with a post about the project she had lined up for 2016 2025. And baby, the girl is booked, busy, and in her bag, just to show Kayla that she's still that famous. Now, Teyana could have left it at this and paid this girl dust because that's what she always does. Even when the Amber Rose and Iman thing came out, which I know I did a video on already, so make sure you go back there and check that out too. Thanks, Pooh. She didn't say anything, and her friend did all the talking. But there's only so much you can take before you pop out and show them that they aren't big enough to mess with you. And that's exactly what Teyana did. She left a comment on the Shade Room, and it's a long one, y'all. Quote, "It's really crazy that everyone is allowed to bother me and be distasteful. Everybody gets to play while I move with grace always. But now I want to have a little Sagittarius fun too. And it's a problem? F the Iman part. I'm divorced and happily so. However, her choice of words were very distasteful and uncalled for. She knew exactly what she was doing. The lady said she was famous at the time, also said, I don't care who see it. It's very distasteful and uncalled for. Most importantly, she knew people would dig. So automatically my name is attached to the nonsense. At that point, she didn't need to @ me. It was clearly a quick search. My name was trending without even saying a word. That's how I saw it, LOL. On top of the fact that the math wasn't mathin' and the facts weren't factin', however, the level of cringe factor was, LOL. I'm finding out just like the world that her intentions were ill and petty. She pulled the black card when it came to Taylor Swift, but in the same circle, turned around and tried to bully the black woman that was married to her situationship she claimed dumped her for me. Dressing up like me for what? Crazy part about it is I actually showed love under her pic when she posted it, like I did the other 3,736,262,662 that dressed up as me for Halloween. Whole time, I ain't even know she was being shady. I do now. So in that case, petty panties on one. Had my little fun, said what I said, and now I'm done and headed back to set. End quote. Child, that was a mouthful. Kayla wasn't expecting Teyana to come out like that, but she did respond. Quote, I will continue to speak on my life experiences when I see fit with zero shame, because it's my story to tell. But if it helps one woman avoid the tough lessons that I've learned, my obstacles will not have been in vain. End quote.
I got a question because I feel like a lot of us are being willfully obtuse right now, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because we put on our helmet of salvation for Kayla Nicole in the past and we're trying to keep it on, but I just really need to know. Is there a certain time period that needs to go by where you get a pass for being a side chick or in a situationship with somebody's husband? Like, how much time has to go by for that not to be a big deal and for you to be able to talk in public about it as if it's no big deal, or just casually about it, or I don't know, not take it to the grave? How much time needs to go by for that? I need to know, because is it like 10 years, 15 years, and then you can get on podcasts and talk about you were side chicks to married men? Is that okay? And would it be okay if it was your husband and 10 years went by? Would that be okay? And then after that, instead of trying to just like leaving the situation gracefully, you dressed up as that person for Halloween? Is that okay? Now, the dressing up as you know, your side dude or I don't know, secret lover's girl is weird, and that alone, I get why you would bring it up as like the craziest thing you ever done. Like, I'm not saying I can get that a little bit, but knowing that this person was married at the time, I don't know. I just would have took that to the grave personally. But it seems like there's a certain time period that like those type of things can be spoken about for any reason. I just want to know what it is. You guys let me know how long. 10, 15, 20 years. You guys let me know.
Kayla got everyone and their mama calling her a loser and saying this isn't the boss move that she thinks it is.
Personally, I don't think Teyana Taylor even needed to do this. Because if she went through the trouble of dressing up like you for Halloween, she's already a fan. Like, she's already aware of your work. She's already aware of all the things that you're doing. We don't need to know, because we know who you've been. We know, and you can announce things that you're excited about. Love that for you. Get that check, get that post-divorce money. But you don't have anything to prove. And the bragging rights of her to be talking about Iman, because I was thinking that this is some maybe businessman, someone else that we don't know. Iman, the stingy Iman, the one that's begging Teyana Taylor for money, that couldn't handle her fame and success and her talent. That's the one that we're supposed to be, that's the one you're upset about? That's the one you're pressed about? Honey, you can keep him. Like, surely this is one of those guys that you never want to admit that you ever dated because of how they're acting. Like, real, I get why Teyana Taylor responded, like, she's tired of people moving mad when she moves with decorum. Totally hear that. But honey, Kayla is a fan. And as a Nigerian woman, I would never, ever let her live it down. I'm obsessed. It's giving Mariah Carey, like, oh, you're so obsessed with me. Wow, you really ordered all of those pieces. It's giving Amazon, like it's giving polyester. Like, you could not have waterboarded that information out. Waterboarded that information out for me.
Imagine messing around with a man that dumps you through a text, of all things, and then you dress up as his girlfriend for Halloween. It's giving stalker, it's giving jealous, it's giving bitter. And I'm calling it what it is. And this was the last straw for folks who were still on the fence about whether or not to still support this girl. Quote, I'm with Teyana. It's nothing worse than being nice to someone and find out they were actually being shady. All well, end quote. And another, quote, I liked her better when she was seen and not heard. Why does she want to be known as the chick who keeps getting dumped for real celebrities? End quote. Oof. Yikes. Folks were saying Travis fumbled Kayla when they split, but now it's looking like he dodged a bullet, because you really don't know how these people be treating each other when the cameras ain't rolling. And from the looks of things, Kayla has a little crazy in her. But maybe I'm wrong. And if you think Kayla is right, share your thoughts in the comments. And the Iman video we talked about will be shown somewhere on this screen. Make sure you go and check that out. Like and subscribe. See you next time.